Hello, everybody. Good to see you. Good to be here. I am Janet Kadow, and I am a channel. I work with spirit guides, and primarily I do readings, obviously psychic readings, intuitive readings, tarot readings, and all that stuff. But today we're going to be just talking with spirit guides. So welcome, welcome. I want to get started with a little chit chat before we get into the questions. You're welcome to ask questions. Just pop them in the chat, and there we go. I'm working on doing live streams every Saturday at noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, if you are interested in that and getting more information on spirit guides and spirit. Oops, I don't like the way I look. Oh well, I think we're just going to have to deal with it. Um, so, we're going to, again, work with spirit guides. And one thing I want to share about spirit is that, to me, the information that comes from spirit is by far superior than the information that you get in a psychic reading or even a tarot reading. And I'm going to tell you why. For one reason, I'm so glad you're here too. For one reason is because intuition, when we do a reading for someone intuitively or through tarot, we are very influenced by the energy of the reader, so the person who is getting the reading. So when I'm reading your energy field, it is influenced. So what I receive from your energy field is influenced by you. You can block me from knowing certain things. You can shield yourself and hide yourself. And mostly it's unconsciously done. Also, if you have a lot of emotion around something, it can influence the reading. Even with tarot, to cut through that is difficult, and you need a very skilled reader to do that. And what I have found is that if you just ask spirit, you can get through all that energy and get to the core issue and help the person move forward from whatever is keeping them stuck or worrying them or whatever. Get them the outcome that they really want. And so that's one reason, is that when you're working with spirit, they're helping you to get the outcome that you want. So they're telling you what you need to hear to move you forward on your life path. They don't have an agenda. They don't want you to be anything that you don't want to be. They don't want you to have anything that you don't want to have. They're going to help you grow, help you gain insight, help you heal, and help you move forward. So to me, that's why it is so much better to work with spirit guides versus working with tarot or intuition. Although I think tarot and intuition are great things, and I teach how to build on those and grow with those. But the other thing when you're working with spirit guides is that a lot of people aren't that, let's say they don't play by the rules. So if you're not aligned with divine law and understanding, the integrity of working with spirit guides and what that is, and the divine laws, and many people don't know them, and which is a shame. And I do my best to try to help people understand them, but believe it or not, people aren't that interested in the rules. So when I try to teach the rules, it doesn't really work out that well. But being a person who is in understanding of the divine laws and understanding of how a spirit works and aligns with that, and I can get much better information from spirit than from my intuition, because my intuition is very influenced by the person that I'm reading for. So that's what happens. Anyway, I need to move this a little bit and move this a little bit and move me. Okay. So, and just as an overview, quickly, the divine law is the law of free will. That's the number one absolute, and spirit guides. So when your spirit guides can't do something, you need to also not do that thing in order to align with them. And so if your spirit guides honored free will, and they honor non-interference, then you must do the same. So for me, that translates to not reading people without their request, knowledge, and permission, and always honoring, like, so I don't do readings on people who aren't present and that kind of thing. So they honor free will all the time. That's why you always have to ask for help from spirit, and they don't just jump in and save you and give you all the help you need and give you everything and make it, absolute easy. And the other reason, sometimes you can ask and they don't deliver, and that's because whatever you are going through, or whatever reason they don't give it to you, is because it's in your highest good to deal with whatever that thing is. So they're always interested in your highest good. That's basically their only agenda. And they have unconditional love for you. So nothing that happens is, meant to be a punishment. It's meant to be supportive. Anyways, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole right now, but just so you know, you must ask. And if you don't get what you ask for, it's because it's serving you in some way that's helping you. The next divine law is the law of love. And the law of love is that unconditional love they give you, non-judgment, and they cannot give you any information that is based in fear. So they can't say anything or do anything or put you in a situation that will create fear. And that's one of the reasons why, some people will expect their guides to show up in person or something like that, and that doesn't really happen, because they don't want to make us afraid. So be aware of that. And they're not going to say anything to you that's going to be like a dire warning. So I don't get any messages that could create fear in someone. Sometimes it'll make them sad or disappointed or won't be what they want to hear, but it won't create a feeling of fear, panic, anxiety, any of those. Hi, Micah. Good to see you. Okay, so the next thing is the next divine law, and I used to say sacred law, but there are a lot of different sacred laws, so I'm going to change over to divine law because this is a heavenly law. These are laws that spirit guides must follow. In other words, they in spirit don't have free will. Like we do. We can break all the divine laws. We can do all the things. We can, not that we won't have repercussions, because we do live under karmic law as long as we live in the physical world, but but they have to follow these laws. So, and then the other one is the law of truth. They must always speak the truth. Everything they say must be the absolute truth, but they like to use omission to kind of influence us, not control or manipulate us, but influence us in a way that will help us on our path to our highest good. So they may say something that you misinterpret, and that may be kind of on purpose so that you can do something that will support your highest good. So when you're working with spirit guides, you want to pay attention to the phrasing that they give you. You want to pay attention also, extremely important to pay attention to your own question and know how you're asking your question is really important, because they sometimes will be very tricky that way. They'll answer the question quite literally, and then you'll be thinking it meant something that it didn't mean. And when it doesn't turn out the way you think it should have turned out based on what they told you, then go back and revisit your question and revisit the exact phrasing of their answer, because they can be a little tricky. And that's by design. They're going to give you whatever information to support your highest good. Okay, so keep that in mind. It's going to keep you on your path, and anything that happens is not going to be harmful. It's not going to be dreadful. It's going to empower and support you and help you with your healing. Okay, and the last law that I know of, divine law, is the law of grace. And grace is no punishment. So in their world, they do not have punishment. There's no repercussions. So if you feel like you should do something because you think your guide wants you to do it and you don't do it, you may feel like they're going to get mad at you or there's going to be some kind of repercussion, but that's not true. They don't punish you. They're always going to be with you. Spirit guides, they're assigned to you. They're with you. They're your angels, your guardians, your protectors, your healers, your wise ones who come to you in dreams and through signs and all the wonderful things that make your life mystical and magical is coming from spirit. And that's a wonderful thing. So let's get some questions. Who'd like to go first? We don't have a lot of people so far. That's okay. We can always just chit chat. I can talk about this stuff for ages without any chit chat. But I'd love to have questions or comments to talk about if you would like. So that was just a rundown of the divine laws that I've been working with from my guides. I got those laws from my guides, like from White Eagle, my guide. And my guide came to me as in many different forms before I finally got to know him as White Eagle. And once I got to know him as White Eagle, I realized he was a well-channeled, well-known being who has been supporting humanity for eons. So I didn't reach out to him. He appeared for me. So that's yes. Yes, I can. So Micah says they're so little sometimes they won't spoil a good surprise either. They will just be vague. Poor Micah. She doesn't like surprises. As a matter of fact, I kind of know most people who are psychic and intuitive aren't really into surprises. They want to know everything that's going to happen. And sometimes it's not in your highest good to know everything that's going to happen. Sometimes it's good to have a little mystery reveal kind of thing. It's kind of fun. No? I have to agree, though. That's one reason why I picked up my first tarot deck 25 years ago. No, wait. Oops, it's almost 30 years ago. 30 years ago, I picked up my first tarot deck because I wanted to know what was going to happen. I wanted to plan. I'm a Virgo rising, so that means that I need to plan everything ahead of time. To my surprise, it didn't really work. Yes, you want to be surprised, but also know in advance. Yes, I get it. Trust me. So, the law of grace You know, I found out recently, actually my son told me that one of the things that Jesus taught that he brought into the world, into the human physical world, was the concept of grace. And I really sat with that and thought about that. Before he had told me that, I had been working on grace with my guide. He's been teaching me that there is no punishment in the afterlife in the heavenly world. So they don't understand that concept. We think about it all the time because we've been raised up by punishment. But if you think about there's no punishment, then there's nothing that you don't deserve. You don't have to earn good karma. You don't have to earn love. You don't have to earn, health, wealth, well-being. You don't have to earn joy. You don't have to earn any of those things. Those are all things that you have access to. And, so you're not getting punished when something goes wrong. When something goes wrong, or you're dealing with a difficult thing, there's other factors at play, but it is not divinity. It is not, the angels, the guides, God, spirit, whatever your term is, it's not them punishing you. So when we're dealing with whether it's a catastrophic event on Earth or, a flat tire, it's not punishment. So from divinity. So we have to totally let that go as a concept that God's punishing us or, God's rewarding us, either one, because what's at play when we're in body, when we're in physical form, is the law of reflection, the karmic laws, physical laws, all our egos, our ego wounds, our traumas, all those things are what we're working through as human beings, as physical beings on the physical planet of this gorgeous planet Earth. And so asking spirit for help is the way forward, especially when we're going through a difficult time. So when we're going through a difficult time, we really do need to ask spirit for help because they're the ones that can lead us out of, the difficult thing. They can take our hand along a dark path and lead us into the light. They can make it easy for us to heal, to work, to get what we want, to deal with our abundance, to deal with our financial problems, our physical problems, our relationship problems. They really can. It's not their fault we're going through it. Sometimes people think that we deserve what we get because we did a bad thing, but spirit doesn't see it like that. They think you're going through a bad thing because you're going through a bad thing, and that's it. There's no judgment. And so when you have no judgment, then they'll take you through easily, they'll walk you through the path to the light, back to joy, back to happiness, back to health, back to balance, back to well-being, without any kind of, you need to pay for this or any kind of bargain or anything like that. You don't have to do that. Just say help. So there. I think, is that helpful with the law of grace? Hello, Anna. Anna, now we have two Annas. Anna, Ananya. I think that's it. Ananya. Lovely. Welcome. Okay. So any other questions? Do you guys want to ask a personal question of spirit while we're here? Let's see what. Oh, good. I pronounced it right. Thank you. Um, so, in other words, sometimes we feel guilty about doing something or being in a position, so we don't ask spirit for help. Don't ever, always ask for help. They don't care if you're kicking puppies for a living. They don't care. They don't care if you're doing mean things. They don't care if you're petty, if you're criminal. They don't care any of that. That is not their problem, but they will help you out of your problems. So there. Can the law of grace help us manifest material things? Yes. Ooh, what a good question. Yes. So if you live in grace, let's just think about the energy of grace and how it balances you. Because if you have no pressure, no stress, and you're in the moment and feeling the power of grace, because really grace is about acceptance, being in the moment, being absolutely present, and just think about it like walking, taking a walk. You think, okay, I'm going to go take a walk. And on that walk, you're present to everything. You see the roses, you see the butterflies, you see the sunshine, you see the clouds, you're just feeling the presence of what you're experiencing. That is the energy of grace. It's the power of now, right? And it is in a moment without regret or without a worry. So worries for the future, regrets for the past. And when you're in that space, that's your perfect manifesting spot because you no longer have guilt or regret from the past, which can block manifesting for the future. And you no longer have worry or fear of the future, which can also block manifesting for the future. So when you're in that perfect balance of grace, that's when to ask for help. That's when to ask for more if you want it. Okay. But so to practice grace, I would ask spirit, I would just sit, in meditation for 5 minutes. And in that moment, after breathing and getting settled and centered, and ask spirit to help you feel the power of grace. Because once you can feel it in your body, it becomes real. And it's hard to conceptualize or work with something that doesn't feel real to you. So you want to, breathe, center, ask spirit, let me know the power of grace. And just sit with it for a few minutes, and you may or may not feel it. It's okay if you don't feel it, then you come back the next day and do it again and again and again until you start feeling it. Once you start feeling it, the energy is amazing. To no longer worry about the future and no longer regret the past, that is your place of peace, your place of grace. And in that grace comes everything. You have everything. There's nothing else to want. But you might want to write it down. Because you're going to feel so at peace with everything. Like, what do I really need a new car for? And then you get in your car like, I need a new car. So write it down ahead of time so you can remember when you're in that space that I need a new car. Okay. Any questions? You're welcome to ask personal questions if you like. Thank you so much for the topic, Anna. You're pretty great. Thank you very, very much. So I would practice sitting in meditation, asking to feel the power of grace every day. And then once you start feeling it, you can sit in there a little longer, and then eventually it'll become more and more in your life. And it's an extraordinary feeling. I recommend it highly. Yes, go ahead. Ananya, yes, please. You all can ask a personal question if you like. I await them. Thank you for being here. Yes, let's ask about your job search, Ananya. Can you give me a little bit more in a question form? Let's see. Okay. All right. Okay, Micah. All right. So, Ananya, I'm going to just ask them what they would like to tell you about your job search. Um, okay. Good question. So, when will you have a secure and stable job? The first thing they did was they showed me that you have a very good skill set and that you really need to emphasize the things you already know and trust those things that you already know. You're going to work in a place that you're going to get into the work easily, and you're going to really like it there. It has a lot of good energy. I don't think you're going to work remotely. I think you're going to work in an office, although I could be wrong. But the symbolism they're showing is you in a space that you're smiling really big, you're really lit up, you already know everything, you already kind of know how it all works. You are, I don't know if you got an advanced degree, but they just keep emphasizing that you already know the jobs that you're applying for really, really well. It looks like it'll be more towards the end of July. Sorry to give you that kind of bad news, but it looks like July would be towards the end of July that you're going to actually start working at the place that you're really going to love, the secure and stable job. So I hope that helps. They're not giving any specifics as far as where to look. They're just saying you're going to find it and it's going to be easy to find. Just keep going. Just keep doing what you're doing and you're going to find it. Yeah. So, yeah, I think you may get hired way before you start the job. And the process of like vetting and recruitment or whatever, like you're going to find the job soon and you'll start the job in July, the end of July, before August at that point. I hope that makes sense. It seems like you have an advanced degree or you have a specialization that's really, really important. It's a good job. You're going to do well. And the people you're going to work with, you're going to really like, and they're going to like you. So, no worries. Oh, marketing. Good, good. You're very creative. I'm telling you, you have the skill set. So don't be intimidated by anybody else. Okay? Because you have what it takes, that's for sure. You picked the right thing. Hi, Sita. Sita, Sita. Okay, next is Micah and then Anna and then I think that's it. And then Sita if she wants to post a question. Let's see. Where's Micah? Oh yeah, there you are. Okay. You won't even ask specifics or be super nosy, my goodness. Just whatever they want me to know, that'll make me smile. You know, The first thing that comes up for you, what will make you smile, right? They're never sick of you. Oh my gosh. I just feel this rush of love. When you said that, they're like, no, we love her, love, love, love Micah, never sick of you. They're your biggest fans. They've got all the flags, the fireworks. They've got all the love for you. They're your cheering squad. Yes. So, what they want you to know that will make you smile is that you make a difference. Your mission in life is to help others, and it is a powerful gift you have that you share, and you make a difference. You have changed people's health, well being, longevity, and you make a difference. Remember all the people that have hugged you, that have said, I'm so grateful for you, that have shifted into a life of fulfillment instead of a life of despair because of you. I want you to know that there is so many hearts and bodies that you have helped heal. That is what we hope would make you smile. You're doing way more than enough. You're saving lives and saving hearts and empowering people. That seems like plenty to me. You are very welcome. And they're your cheering squad, so you can do whatever you want and annoy them all you like. Yes, they always have. You are always show up for people. Always. Never think you don't. Nice work. It's good to have you in the world. That is most certainly true. Okay. What do you need to know about the week ahead and how can I have more balanced energy? Oy, let's see what they have to say. I have my opinions, by the way. So anytime I ask Spirit something, I have to put all my opinions aside and wait to see what they have to say. So it's a real practice and trust to talk to ask Spirit and to convey what they share and override my own thoughts. So they're showing me you eating. I'm seeing like a shake, a smoothie, a protein shake, supplementing your diet for more balance. Green shake, I don't know, whatever floats your boat. But you need to supplement your diet for balance. You need to add in things that make you feel good physically. You're not getting, there's some kind of nutrition you're not getting and you probably have already felt like you should be adding something. They're saying, please add that thing. But it's a drink, or it's a soup or more vegetables or something that you can easily like have on hand for a snack on your busy, busy days. And it's got a lot of really good energy, and when you drink it, you feel better. I don't think it's like a Monster, like a, a protein shake or an energy drink. Might be a protein shake, but not an energy drink. So something that's mostly natural, and that'll really help you a lot. There's some kind of vitamin or mineral or something you're not getting enough of. So if you have an idea what that is, that's great, but they're not going to tell you what it is at this point. So I hope that helps. And you're going to love it. Like, it's something that you love to drink. It's not something that you don't want to have, or it tastes awful or anything. It's going to feel good. It's going to taste good and feel good. So it could be just, delicious smoothie. Everybody loves a smoothie. Yes, have coconut. Well, perfect. Yes. Start with the coconut water and see how that goes. Always listen to Micah too. She says, Lord, let's not have them recommending monsters. True. Let's hope they don't. There's Jean at 234. Hey, Jean. Happy Saturday. Good to see you. Okay, Zita. Let's talk. Okay, so I hope that helps, Anna. And let me know. I think coconut water is a really great start. Absolutely. Make sure you like the taste of it. So if you need to get a flavored one or something like that, do that. But they're showing me that the taste is important. Yes, I had a good week. I got to channel on Wednesday. That was lovely. And I'm doing a live now, so what could be better? Nothing. I'm going to be channeling next week too, so keep that in mind. If you want to subscribe and hit the little bell so you get a reminder when I go live, or you could just remember that I'm trying to do every Saturday at noon Pacific time to go live, and just kind of keep it on your calendar. All right, Sita, let's do this. Yes, good. Good to hear about your dreams. So Sita got a little assignment, so to speak, to write down her bad dreams and tear them up. And it's working. I mean, it will work. So keep it up. So Spirit suggested that for her, and I think it's a really good thing. Really good thing. Oh, do you need a second opinion on your cataract surgery? Okay, here we go. You're going to get the lecture first. I'm not a doctor. My spirit guides aren't doctors. None of them went to medical school. I've never seen anything like them going to medical school. They have no diplomas. So when I ask this question, it is spirit driven only and not a medical opinion. Okay. That goes for legal and financial advice and everything else. They are not of this world, therefore they don't have the degrees. Always seek people with degrees that can help you if needed. But for now, um, I know you know. I have to tell the whole everybody. I have to tell the internet. Okay, so you want to know if cataract surgery. So let me look at that timing wise. It's a good day for you to have surgery. They're happy with your team and the place you'll have it. It looks like, if any fear comes up for you or worry, just send light to that date and time. So what you can do is imagine that you're sending light to that date on the calendar and the light to the place where you'll be, and you ask spirit to help you through and help your team through the procedure, and that everything will turn out beautifully done for your well-being and your clear eyesight. That's what they're saying. So the sense I get is that you don't need a second opinion, that you really have a good team. But if it will make you feel more confident. Now, so usually like with medical stuff, the way you feel about it is super important. So if it'll make you feel more confident to get a second opinion, then do it. Because we have to tell the body, because when the body goes into fear, we have to reassure it. We can't just go, oh, it's going to be okay. I'm feeling fear right now, but it's going to be okay. Like we can't talk ourselves out of it in a way, because surgery is a scary thing. So whatever makes you feel clear, confident, and secure, that's what you want to do ahead of time. Yes, get assurance. Yes, absolutely. That's it. Definitely. So it's about getting reassurance so your inner child and your physical body know, okay, these people we can trust. It's okay to go ahead. That's what we need to do. And we need to do it on a lot of levels for a lot of different things, especially financial. A lot of people have a lot of financial insecurity. And when we go into fear, we have to do what we can to stop that fear, to relieve that fear, not oppress it, but relieve it. So another thing that I do is ask the guides to help me release the fear, just that. If mitigating the fear isn't possible for me, like is it really not possible for me in the time frame to get a second opinion, or deal with it on a practical level, then I ask spirit to help me release the fear around it. And they're pretty good at it. So I would go to bed every night and ask my spirit guides to help me relieve fear, and also to help me feel good, confident, or secure about it. And then I wake up and say, thank you for helping me release my fear. Now, that could take several days, weeks, even months, depending on the origin and the depth of the fear in your consciousness. But it's a really good practice. I've released a lot of my own worries. I used to be a chronic worrier, and I released a lot of guilt. I released a lot of grief that way. So I hope that helps. Yes, Jean, you may ask what your ex thinks and feels towards me. He's been pulling on my energy list. Oh my. Hmm. 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 So, hi, Amanda. What are you doing here? So good to see you. Thank you for showing up. You're welcome to ask a question. Heavens to Murgatroyd. What a lovely, lovely, lovely person to see. Okay. Uh, thank you. It hasn't changed since I last saw you. I don't think. I don't know. Maybe. have better lighting. All right, I'm going to get to this. So, okay, good. Gene, this is a great question, and we're going to do this. We're going to block him. Okay. All right. So I just want to follow up with Sita. Heart doctors, cataract doctors, not on the same page, but about timing, making me nervous. They'll get on. They'll get on the same page. It's okay. Get a second opinion and work it out that way. I think you'll be okay. The doctors are showing, or the doctors, spirit guides are showing me everything's going to work out really well for you. Trust that. But go through the process, whatever process you need to feel that. Okay, good. So now, Jean, this is a common thing, and it happens with a lot of, you're welcome, Sita. It happens with a lot of exes, especially, that want our attention and energy, but don't really want to, deal with us in person. They don't want our opinions or, our personalities. They just want our energy. And so the common thing to think is like, why am I feeling this person in my energy field? So if something is popping up all the time, like if someone keeps popping in your mind and you're not even thinking about them and nothing related to them, and there's no reason why, you should be thinking about them, but they keep popping up and keep coming up, and it's kind of a nagging feeling, that, they're thinking about you, then it's most likely they are, because empaths pick up on other people's energy. So instead of wondering why he's thinking about you, frankly, we don't care. We do not care, because whatever it is his thing. Like, we don't want to know, because the more we ask that question, the more we're going to tune into him, and the more we're going to get that energy influx from him that's really annoying. Okay? So you don't want to know. That's the first thing. We have to say, I don't care what's going on with him. I don't want to feel his energy, right? I don't want to know. If he is so intent and madly in love with you, he can call you on the phone, right? He can come and see you. He can, do something. But all he really wants is your energy, or to snoop and find out what's going on with you. So you don't want that. And we very subtly peek in on other people when we wonder what they're up to. We tune into them and we get a sense of what's going on with them, even if it's not, something that we're doing consciously. Okay. So to even wonder what's going on with someone will open the way for them to invade our energy field. So we don't want that. We want to totally block it. Now, so what you need to do is ask your guides. So there's a short version and a long version. We're going to do the short version because we're on live streaming. And the other thing is, we're going to do the short version. You said you'd leave all your exes behind, but they show up in my dreams or pull on my energy when big things are happening in their lives. That's right, because they want you to lean on, because you're a lovely person. Like, who wouldn't want to give you a call and, Jean, please help me get through this, blah, 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 blah. But they don't want to call you, because then that would create a relationship, and they don't want the burden or the responsibility of a relationship. They just want your beautiful energy, which is amazing. So we're going to stop this nonsense. And all you need to do is sit quietly and ask your guides to create a bubble of protection around you and block any and all energy coming from any source that doesn't support your highest good. And then when you sit in that and allow them to block it. We're going to ask them to clear it, clear out whatever's already in your energy field, and ask them to block it. And then you can picture what they're doing. Sometimes when it's a long-term relationship, like a long-term ex-husband, you want to ask them to really clear everything out so that, and the bond is strong. So sometimes I'll see like a brick wall between the two of you, or something like reinforced metal wall or something like that to really block it, because it's a very deep connection. And since you were married to him, and I know you're married for quite a while, then he knows how to get to you. He knows how to get into your energy field, and he knows how to get energy from you, like consciously or unconsciously. I'm not saying that he's trying to do it. I don't think so. But you really just want to, you don't want to know. You don't want, if someone doesn't call me to talk to me about their problems, I don't want to know what their problems are, because I don't want to nosy into their life without their request, knowledge, and permission, which goes back to the very first sacred law. We don't want to know what's going on with anybody unless they tell us. That's interference. So you have to say, they have to call me if they are having troubles. They have to communicate with me if they want my help. They have to ask. That's what spirit does. That's the divine law of non-interference, of free will. Okay? Okay. Yes, they're all dead to you. All of them. Block, block, block. Just ask the guides to block them totally. Right. They are dead to you. I love that emoji. That's like one of the best emojis. That's right. Oh, right. Well, think about it. Who wouldn't want a gene in their life to siphon the energy off of? Gene is lovely, and your energy is lovely. So for sure, you want that. So ask your guides to clear any and all energy of him, create a bubble of protection, and block it. Now then, the only thing that can open the bubble, once the guides block the bubble, or make a bubble of blocking someone or everyone that you don't need to know about, the only thing that can break it is you. And how you break it is like, I wonder what's going on with them. And your little, as soon as you say that, consciously or unconsciously, your little empathic antenna goes beep, 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 and goes over to that person to try to read them, even if you're blocked. So you want to not do that, right? So if you go, oh, I wonder what's going on with so-and-so, ask your guides to clear and block that thought so that you're not opening up your own bubble. So you may have to ask them continuously at first to, bubble you, clear you. You might, I mean, like there are situations in my life when I had to do it several times a day because it's going through a difficult time with a difficult person, and you're constantly thinking, oh no, what's going on? Oh no, what's going on? Because you're trying to prepare yourself for the worst in that relationship. Instead, just keep asking for clearing and blocking, and it'll really, really help. It'll help you feel better, and it'll help them from coming into your energy field. It's an amazing gift. And not only that, but it helps create a better environment for clear communication. So instead of actually stopping all communication between the two of you, it creates better communication, more positive communication, more loving communication, because you're no longer being pulled or manipulated by their energy field. And you can be objective. It's amazing. It's like my favorite tool. Glad you asked. Good, good, good. Okay, Mandy. I know you hate that name, Amanda. Sorry. Just recently got back into contact with cousins, starts with the N. And things have been going great, but I'm scared to lose her again and go through that loss. Let me see. Okay, Amanda, I'll check. As soon and they break through, I don't know. I'm saying something is open in the field, so you're going to keep doing it over and over again until you don't feel them anymore. Okay? You can ask the guides a million times a day to block them. Okay? Because also, oh, sorry, it's not even just them that you ask about. It's a really good point, actually. So if I say I don't want to feel any more information, any more energy from Joe Schmo, who's bothering me and tugging on my energy all the time, clear, cut, and block all of that. Block his, clear me from his, block him. And then I go to the grocery store and I notice the lady in front of me is crying and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, what's going on with her? Oh no. Poor thing. Oh, and I start to tune into her, consciously or unconsciously, because I'm wondering what's going on with her. That opens the energy field. So guess what? Now Joe Schmo can get in my energy field because I just made myself vulnerable. So even if it's not him I'm thinking about, I'm still vulnerable because I'm tuning into the lady that I don't even know. Or even when I do. So anybody you tune into without the request, knowledge, and permission, you're opening your energy field again. So you have to keep doing it over and over again, even if it's not them. So there. Miss Empath. Okay. Okay, so let's ask about your cousin, Amanda. They're saying take it slow. It is good to go slow, be cautious, um, feel safe. There's something about the relationship that made you feel unsafe. Maybe it was a break of trust or something they did that hurt your feelings, but there was something about it that made you feel unsafe. And if you think about it, like, there's part of your consciousness that's always a little girl. And when that part of your consciousness, your inner child, that's always a little girl, it feels unsafe, you make bad decisions. And so you want to make sure that you feel safe with this person, that you feel like you can trust them, or you only, communicate with them on a level it that doesn't make you feel vulnerable. I see that the communication is okay and balanced as long as you feel safe there. I don't see any real big landmines or anything like that, but you just want to, go slow and make sure you're not saying more than you should, or, that would make you vulnerable, or that would make you worried that, oh, I shouldn't have said that. Can I really trust her? Blah, blah, blah. Her, him. Anyway, I hope that helps. Okay, anybody else before we quit? Yeah, so go slow. Go slow. Okay, my loves. Let me check. Jean, let me check about your commercial space. Yeah, it's good. Is that the one they brought up on Wednesday? It looks good to me. They're showing me a older building. Again, it doesn't look like the world's greatest neighborhood, but it's okay. It may even be getting an upgrade soon. And it's a good space. I think so. Okay. Anybody else to share, chat? I need to get going. I really appreciate everything. Everybody stopping by. This is driving me crazy. It's off kilter. I keep looking at it and I'm like, I shouldn't adjust this while I'm on camera. But it wasn't driving everybody else crazy. So Virgo rising. We make ourselves insane. All right. I think that's it, Jean. I think you got it. You're welcome, everybody. I'm so grateful. Sorry, Sita. We have the same problem. Bye. See you next time. Yes. Love you. Have a great week, everybody. See you next week, noon, this time, same place, same channel. Love you guys. So glad you're here. Take care, everybody. Toodles.